So now this isn't too hard. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take this and this. I want to create a function that using either one of those is going to take that as input and return a list of email addresses. Okay, so it takes a string and returns a list. So I'm going to go def strtext1. Oops, that's not it. Def get emails. And I'm going to say strtext is my parameter. It takes text as input. So the first thing we want to do is strtext. We're going to split it and we're going to put it into a list. Li text. Actually, I'm going to call it li words because that's what it is. Li words equals strtext dot split. Li emails is going to be a blank list, an empty list. So I'm starting with an empty list. I'm going to split my words or split my text into a group of words. And then one at a time, I'm going to say, is that possibly an email address? All I'm going to look for is the @ sign. So I'm going to say if, for str word in li words, for each word in that list, I'm going to say if str word find @ sign is not equal to -1, because remember, find will say -1, will return -1 if it doesn't find it. So if it finds it anywhere in that string, we're good. I could say if it's greater than 0, I could say a lot of things, but this is the definite way to say if you don't find an @ sign in there, then we are not going to put it in there. Or if you do find an @ sign, right, it won't be -1. We're going to put it in, we're going to add it to that list. Li emails dot append str word. And then at the end, return li emails. So now get emails should return my emails. So if I print get emails strtext1, let's run that. Boom. There are the email addresses it found. You can see that some of them still have garbage in them. If I run that now with get emails strtext2, it will print the other emails that it finds in the other one. So now there are all of the email addresses, all of the possible email addresses. So now all I have to do is write something that cleans those up. Okay, so let's write a clean email, def clean email. And what does it take as a parameter? It takes a string that is an email address that could have garbage characters in it. Str email. And down here at the very end, our goal is to return str clean email. Okay, so now I have to get from email with garbage to clean email. What were the steps of that algorithm? First one was break in half at the @ sign. Then we flip first half. Then we clean each half. And then we flip first half back. And then we glue together. Okay, so there's my steps for cleaning an email. That's a complex step, but it's the same for the front half and the back half because they both, if you remember, when I flip them, I'm doing the same thing to both of them. But it's a complex step. How do we do that? That step goes for each letter. If it's valid, put it in a return string. If not, break the loop. So this is what we do. I'm actually going to create another, before I do that one, I'm going to create another function, def, that's called clean half. str half goes in, and what comes out? Return str clean half comes out. So what is the step here? The step here is for each letter, if it's something to keep, I put it on a return string. If not, I break the loop and return. So here's what it looks like. For str letter in str half, if str letter, okay, so now this is my logic. What are the things that I can keep? I can keep letters, numbers, period, hyphen, underscore. So if that is okay, alphanumeric, or str letter is equal to a hyphen, or str letter is equal to an underscore, or str letter is equal to a period. Period, hyphen, underscore, or is a letter or number. We keep it. Okay, where do we keep it? Well, I have to create a container for that. So I'm going to say str clean half equals an empty string. So every time we find something, we say str clean half plus equals, we're going to add to it str letter. So we're adding that letter to it each time we find something. If we find something that's not good, that goes in else, then we're going to break out of the loop. And once we break out of the loop or finish the loop, if there's no bad characters, then we return whatever is currently in clean half. So this is how we clean half of the email. Now we can use that right here for this part of this algorithm. So I'm starting out